Right. Time to get to delivering the goods. Alright. Last time around, got a bunch of dudes. There are said dudes. This for a minute. Have a look around the place. Another one of those fancy crowbars. High quality aluminum. Pretty sure there's nothing around the building. But I'm gonna go look anyways. First assumption was correct. Probably shouldn't even bother with the hammer. I was just gonna leave it there. Right, so the next room is where shit kinda gets real. See how bad it gets. Not a great start. Damn. That guy's got a good hammer on him. Let's try the other way. At least that way I don't have to open the door. Surprised all the guys in that room haven't ran out yet. Maybe they just gridlocked themselves or something. Hell. Guys around here do not fuck around. Actually, I will save the Molotov for once that door opens. Or I could actually just get this started right now. See how that goes. You have to worry about guys coming from the other way, but dealt with pincer attacks before. Not enough for another grenade throw, but enough for a flashbang. There's the alarm. That flashbang was just kind of a waste, wasn't it? Heavy gunner. My armor really isn't working good enough. Damn it. Could have gotten away. It's a bit closer than I want it to be. Yep, and there will be more. A whole lot more. Especially once I finally get around to, getting the thermobaric blueprints. That stuff's fun. Expensive, but fun. Wonder how many of them are trying to go around the building. Probably at least one, right? Which, the more of them go that way, the better for me, honestly. There they are. There they were. He doesn't seem that tough. Never mind, he was. Haven't seen the big man yet. It's around here somewhere. Eventually gonna run out of sledgehammer dudes to throw at me. Eventually. Oh shit. There he is. A whopping 2010 health. They're working on that. It's going around. Never mind, he turned right back around, coming back this way. Little bit more than halfway. A little bit less, depending on perspective. Keep him right there. %. Need to stop stepping in the fire. Coming back. Let's try to drag him up here. Or apparently he lost me entirely. Take the opportunity to save on that one. Where'd he go? There he is. Run away. Not quite enough. Forget if he was in the doorway or just outside of it. Went somewhere else. So just right there. Do I think one grenade is enough? Yes, I do. And I'm right. That's a first. Got his red cybernetic eye. Belonged to Balor, whatever it is. Former leader of the Ironheads. And a drinking horn. Probably only used ceremonially, since you can't just place it on a table and expect it not to spill. That's what the handle's for. Big ass hammer. Weighs 50. Oh hey, some chips. Letter Ironhead. Grab it like the other one. One of those semi-unique pieces of gear that technically is unique, but you can find multiple. Like the shiv. The crowbar. Scoop all of it up. Weight to value ratio is not great, but 11,000 is a pretty good amount. Might be here a while. But a ton of scraps. Oh, it's a ton of repair kits. Should probably start using those. I always found it vaguely disappointing that I couldn't, like, combine a metal helmet with the types of lenses that you could have on the goggles. Because I'd totally wear some Seeker steel helmets, even if they did decrease perception by 1. That guy's got a key. Guard's key for a warehouse block beta. This stuff. Ditch some of the heavier things. Encyclopedia fragment. 1 point. A little bit more than halfway there. Rifle and Shotgun Technical Manuals by Eliphalet Wesson. Publication containing technical information for contemporary and historical rifles and shotguns. Issued by Biocorp Publishing South. Psionic mentor for implosion. Drop off some more of the stuff. Maybe in the other desk. Everything's locked. Making a shitload of money off the energy pistols and stuff. If I had the skills for it. I think as far as price to weight ratio, don't really get much better than the energy pistol. Maybe the plasma pistol. I forget. Nothing around the guardhouse. Firecracker cap. I think I found one of those before. Medium-sized explosive charge that can easily be activated on an impact. Its shape allows it to be fitted on sledgehammer heads and other large blunt weapons. Apply a special cap to a blunt melee weapon that causes an explosion that inflicts 50 to 100 heat and 50 to 100 mechanical to all targets in a radius of 3. Additionally, the primary target's mechanical and heat damage resistances and the threshold are reduced by 20% for 3 turns. Causes great durability damage to both weapon and primary target's armor. Real dominating stuff right there. Cluster launcher grenades. At least I don't have to buy that one now. Wanted to make some of those. Mill, TNT, metal, starter mixture. Only makes 3 at a time. Right, so that's everything here. At least I think it is. Gonna go check. I left all of it not in this desk, it was in the other room. I remember putting something in that desk. Alright, another hammer. Must have grabbed all of it. There is still a couple more iron heads to go take care of though. Namely that absolute maniac with the claymore. Might actually be harder to take out than Balor, really. Alright. Gonna want to use a pentapus either way just to speed things up. But then I could also carry all this heavy shit. Or I could just come back later, like these two and the electric sledge in the other room. What is doing now? A long, slow walk with a nice big sip. Wondering if Claymore guy has an oddity on him. Probably does. Probably. Got plenty of time to think of what I'm gonna buy with all that money. Second thought, it's probably all gonna be towards super steel. Let's see if the inventory is refreshed. It's got money. $10 box. 125 quality blast cloth. Yes, please. No good frames, however. Wants 7 guns. Not that one. Can't quite afford it. Hold on to all that. Not buying any medicine right now. Got some food to sell. He's not buying though. As well go and sell the rest of this stuff while I'm at it. $1141.83. 1349.79. So where's at the high end? otherwise better. Lower capacity. Gotta start stockpiling some batteries. Away some of the repair kits. Keep the rest. Does not have a refreshed inventory. Hence not having any hexogen. Feel like I'm forgetting something. Not sure what though. Maybe I should have gone to Fort Apogee first. For a second I thought I saw a grenade launcher scope, but it's just regular rifle scopes. No, wait, wrong way. Or that way. I think I've got enough foregrips. It's just everything else that I need. Blast suit's always one of those things that's kinda tempting, and then you actually use it. Sure, it's good for some encounters, but cannot afford it. Oh, never mind that then. Still have a few things I could sell. The two places that I could go sell it to would be either Junkyard or SGS. Do SGS, just because it's all closer together. Even if they do pay me in funny money here. So I only realized after the opportunity to use them was up, but that room full of crawlers, I probably should have used the night vision goggles. Well, maybe it would have just played out the same anyway, but I could have tried. Gonna make myself a batch of those cluster grenades. Maybe give them a shot. See if they're worth it. Bear traps? Yeah, those are pretty good. Especially in a scenario where you can set it up in front of a door, still manage to reach the door, open it, and then just wait for him to waltz right into it. Gets him every time. Does not need quite as many grenades as I'm trying to sell. 11. I think I got the amounts wrong. Grab some more TNT, because I completely forget how many I have. Also this grenade launcher scope. Right, it's more or less everything sold. Oh, still have like a small pile of grenades. Speaking of, do I have to make more Mark Vs? Yeah, I've only got 10 left. Make another 10. Then turn the rest into high explosives. I don't have any starter mixture. Would you happen to have any? Not right now. Maybe Jack has some. He does not. Someone around here's gotta have it. Maybe they really don't. Oh hey, would you have any, Hal? Not right now, but I will buy that toxic sludge. Alright, back to Foundry. First things first, I'm gonna go collect that bounty. Any jobs you've got available? As a matter of fact, I believe I might have something for you. Let's hear it. Very good. You are, I presume, familiar with the Ironheads, one of the largest gangs in Lower Underrail. Well, one of their clans is causing a lot of trouble to Foundry in the whole region. These scum, and that is what they are being led by a man who calls himself Baylor. A man known for two things: his immense physical strength and a sinister red cybernetic eye. And unfortunately for us, I suppose his successful leadership can be added to that list. We, Foundry, have placed a bounty on his head for 1,000 Sharons. You can bring me his eye as proof. Money's all yours. Just gonna hand over the eye without saying anything. Smiles briefly. Pure gold. I see you ran into him already, and I am more than glad to see you've managed to accomplish such a difficult task. Now that he's dead, we need only wait and see what happens with the Ironheads. I'm expecting a favorable outcome. Favorable for everyone but them. He hands you a shitload of coins. You earned this. Well done. Let's ask about the mine creatures. I'll discuss that with you. Sorry. Classified information. Oh, so much for that. I think if I ask the mayor about him, he'll speak differently, I guess. Heard you got problems with mine creatures. Anything I can do? Yeah. The chief told me you're someone who can be trusted. As far as I understood, you were of great assistance in some important matters. Well and good. If you really are so keen on helping us, why not give you a chance? You do have energy. Alright. As you know, unless you've been living in the most remote cave known, unknown to humanity, Foundry is the largest exporter of iron in Lower Underrail. What's even better is that our mine is rich not just with iron, but aluminum, titanium, and as of recently, chromium. Discovered a large amount of it several months ago, in the form of chromite ore. Needless to say, as soon as we discovered it, our miners began following the chromite veins. And so, a few weeks ago, they mined into a new cavern. Encountered the very creature you mentioned. They saw there was, or what they saw there was unlike anything we've ever seen or heard of before. These beings had shells made of rock with metallic blades protruding from their backs. Yeah, you heard me right. Shells made of rock. Creatures were aggressive, and we had to bring in the Foundry Guard to deal with them. Now, those creatures, while resilient, were still no match for our brave troops. The true problem revealed itself when the guards encountered the beast. The beast? Yes. That thing may look like its smaller siblings, but it's in fact a four-legged boulder. Huge monster which stopped the Foundry Guard dead in its tracks. Meanwhile, it's unstoppable, and the guardsmen tried nearly everything. They shot it, burned it, threw grenades at it. Nothing. Hard as rock. Most of the men set to clear the mine are now dead, and I've had no other options but to order the closing of the mine. Problem will be hurting Foundry real fast if we don't find a way to deal with those things. We have days, a week at most, before we run out of ore supplies. After which, all production's gonna stop. Why not just use even more explosive? At one point, we did consider using explosives to collapse a tunnel and seal them off, but our mining supervisor advised us against it. What's worse, even though things have been a bit quieter in the mines for a few days now, The rock creatures are emerging from the mines and attacking people. Although, some of the deaths we've fought were caused by the rock creatures were actually murders you helped Chief Banner solve. All entrances to the mine are heavily guarded, so we were baffled to have learned that some people have gone missing. Mind if I interrupt you for a second, sir? Not at all, Chief. Not at all. I was almost done anyway. Go ahead. As you see, young man, this is a problem which could, if left unresolved, mean the end of Foundry. The mine does not only feed the mouths of these people here, but also secures their protection. Do you think the Foundry Guard operates solely on goodwill? If you really want to help us, my suggestion is that you first speak with the only survivor from the unit that was tasked with clearing the mine. Knows more about the creature than any one of us. His name is Sabin Wulov, and you can find him in the mine entrance with the other guards, just to the east of the metalworks. Got it. Anything else? Nearly. You might also want to speak to Marcos Banti. He's our mining supervisor. You'll also find him at the mine entrance. He did advise against us collapsing the part of the mine with explosives, but talk to him again. Perhaps he could work out some solution to the problem. And I believe we've gone through everything. On the job. Well and good. Go now and report to us once you've got something. Alright. Just have to go kill the beast. It'd be easy peasy. But, before that, time for a break. Be right back. Like, 3 to 5 minutes. Give or take. Alright, bit more than 5 minutes. But I now have a delicious hot chocolate, rather than just another drink. Right then. So could just march over to the mines, but I'm gonna pick this house at totally random to just walk in and go talk to someone. Hey there, Nicholas. An obviously drunk man staggers about the room, picks up one of the bottles up on the table, and begins drinking from it only to realize it's completely empty. His face deforms in utter disgust as he returns the bottle and steps away from the table. That's when he spots you. Who are you? What are you doing in my house, huh? Did you knock? Yeah, I did. Well, dang, I heard nothing. I'm sorry. But where are my manners? Would you like a drink? Sure. Don't want any? Well, that's a shame. And a bit odd if you ask me. Doesn't want a free drink. Heh. Silly. More for me, though. Pours himself another drink after finally finding a bottle with some liquor in it. I'm Nicholas, by the way. Nice to meet you. So, what can I do for you? Why are you drinking all alone? None of your business, you odd person that refuses free drinks. Demon. Why do I tell anything to you? Well, I've got a relative who sat at home and drowned his problems with booze. He was found dead in a pool of his own vomit. If there's something you want to talk about, I don't want to vomit in my die in my vomit. Listen, I'm having some personal issues. Takes another gulp of the booze. It's my wife, Olivia. After 20 years of being happily married, it's like someone spilled molten metal all over our marriage. At first, we began arguing more and more, and later it got worse and worse. Now we argue over everything. It's unbearable now. Fight all the time, and she throws stuff at me, and I punched that stupid woman once so hard she fell on the floor. Yeah. Sounds horrible. It is. It's very bad. I hate that woman so much now. And I don't even really know why it all started happening. What'd you say your name was again? Paul. Someone say something about booze. Sure did. Actually, I did put a little bit of coffee liqueur in this hot chocolate here. I'm definitely not perfect. But it sure does taste good. Anyway, so, there you go. I feel nothing but pure hate for that muck woman. He seems lost in thought, but after a couple of moments, he starts talking again. It's unbearable. So much, I even plan on killing her. Soon as he utters these words, his eyes instantly become clear and focused, as if he's sobered up in an instant. Tiny drops of sweat start rolling down his face, slowly growing larger and larger. Why didn't you say so right away? I can take care of her for you. For a price, of course. Conversation's over. I am very tired. Out. He points to the door. Out, I said. I'll be back. Alright, next up, the mines. Wait. How'd he get here so fast? Psst, you. I'd like to talk to you for a second. Can you meet me in the back? Sure thing. Listen, I'll be brief. You told me you could take care of my problem for me. Is that true? It is true, and you did tell me about that problem. Yeah, that's correct. Not a violent man. Never was, but that woman. That damn woman. I got a plan, and I want you to listen to me carefully. There's a certain way you must kill her or else the deal's off, and you won't get any money. How much money are we talking about anyways? 700 coins. Only if you can make it look like it's a work-related accident. Otherwise, nothing. 700 ain't good enough. 8, on the other hand, give me less incentive to report you. Right, alright. 800 it is. We have a deal. Just do the damn job and relieve me of this misery. 100 chance more is worth it. Alright, we're gonna find her. She works as a chemist near the explosives warehouse. In fact, she's the only one that mixes up the TNT miners use. Warehouse is near the mine entrance. Can't miss it. And how do you want it to happen? Have to make her death look like a work-related accident. Exactly how you do it is your choice, but you have to make sure no one can suspect it was a murder. No poisons, weapons, nothing. You get it? Remember, work-related accident, or else you get nothing. I already know, but let's ask anyway. Something else you're not telling me. Why is it so important to make it look like a work-related accident, when you can have her killed in so many different ways and not get caught? It's none of your business. Just do what I told you. Fine, I won't ask. For those who are curious, the answer is insurance. Anyway, it's a deal. I'll do it. Golden. That's all. We won't talk until the job's done. Up, here I go killing again. Can't talk, working. How about now? middle-aged woman was just about to take a bite out of a cold plate of canned meat when you approached her. She scans you for a moment, hesitating. Then she decides to address you. "May I help you?" she coughs. "Hi, I'm Paul. I'd like to ask you something." She pauses. Alright. I'm on break anyways." She coughs. "I'm Olivia. What do you need?" "Let's just take a bold approach. Your husband wants you dead." She starts coughing violently. After almost 10 seconds, she recovers and responds. "What did you say?" "He hired me to kill you." "Oh, did he now?" Olivia frowns as her eyes start filling with tears. In them you see rage, but that rage quickly transforms into utter terror as soon as she fully grasps what you just said. "No, please." "Yes, please" would be very funny, but calm down. Not here to kill you. I'm here to help you. She wipes her eyes. "Why?" she sniffs. "Why would you want to help me? And how could you help me?" She coughs. "How about I kill him for you?" No, I'm not interested in..." She coughs. "Stop it. Are you derailed?" "No one will know about this. Stay between you and me." She stares at you, obviously shaken up by the conversation. She coughs a few times, but remains silent otherwise. Eventually she speaks. "Something happened in our relationship. Went from blissful love to gut-wrenching hatred. Our love sunk all the way to deep caverns, so to say. I don't even know why. Don't think he knows either." She coughs. "If he wants me dead, then I'm not gonna sit around doing nothing. I think I know how we can pull this off. Let's hear it." Some time ago, the mayor decided to offer money to family members of all Foundry workers who died because of workplace accidents. They call it an insurance policy or something like that. So if you can kill Nicholas and make it look like it's a work-related accident, they get the policy money, give you $750 for your work. We got a deal? Well, your husband offered $800. Gonna have to do better than that. I'll give you $850 then, she coughs. I'm in no position to barter. You've got yourself a deal. Good. See me when it's done, she coughs. Alright. Now I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Hey, Chief. I'd, like to report a planning of a murder. I'm listening. Explain how both Olivia and Nicholas wanted you to kill the other one. What you've just told me is rather interesting, but by no means impossible. I'll order my men to bring both of them so that we can get to the bottom of this. Also, in the future, do not try to play hitman. As soon as you counter in anything suspicious, come report to us. That is why we're here. In any case, thanks for the help. Keeping Foundry as safe as possible is our primary concern. Now, if you'd excuse me, Neil need to deal with the situation at hand. It doesn't pay as much, but does make me feel all fuzzy inside that I managed to convince two people to basically throw themselves into prison. Alright, not the thing I was actually coming over here for. Steven. At first, the tall guard responds to your approach with silence. The uniform nature of all Foundry guardsmen makes it difficult for you to discern any distinct features. But in this case, one jumps into view into view like a mine room in the dark. Its damaged shield bears wounds of a relentless attack that can only have been attributed to a wild, savage creature. Large scratches, dents, dried blood streaks. Dried blood streaks the shield as if it was a canvas left at the mercy of a deranged painter. And the shield's outer rim has numerous bite marks on it that seem to have been caused by the malicious motion of powerful jaws. Your inspection comes to a halt when the guard utters a simple word. Yes. Can you tell me anything about the mine creatures? First, it's very unsafe to be in this area, so you should leave. Second, can't speak about it. Classified. It's alright. Chief Banner sent me here to talk to you about the current situation. I see. Well, in that case, my name is Saban, but almost everyone here calls me Sapke. Sapke it is. I'm Paul. Pleased to meet you, Paul. Now, listen up. His voice undergoes a few subtle changes, becoming drier and somewhat distant. After our miners first encountered the Bladelings, a group of us was sent inside the mines to deal with the creatures. While the reports implied they were unusual in appearance, only when we encountered them did we realize how strange these creatures actually were. Sure, they had 4 legs, 2 eyes, mouth, the usual, but their shells were made of hardened rock, fused with their bodies, with metallic blades protruding from their backs. It was an unreal sight. Can you tell me about the beast? Yeah, the beast. That bloody creature was responsible for the deaths of 9 guardsmen. 9 of my dear friends. It looks similar to Bladelings in general appearance, but much bigger. Longer back blades, much thicker shell. In fact, its shell was so thick nothing we used could penetrate it. Fire, bullets, high explosives. The beast shrugged it off like we were throwing marbles at it. It, on the other hand, had no trouble doing damage to us. By By pure luck, I was the only one who had managed to escape with my head still sitting on my shoulders. This shield here serves as a reminder. You think it's only the one, or could there be more? So far, we've only seen the one, luckily. Was in one of the dormant caves deeper past the mine. Appeared to be very old with, as I've said, much thicker shell than the smaller ones. Also, it was riddled with scars. It was tough, like a boulder rolling towards you. There's more like that. Well, we're in for a lot of muck. Whatever the case may be, I will hunt down that creature and end its existence. I feel it. And what about the worms in there? I remember those things. They had strange heads shaped like drills, but they weren't aggressive, so we usually paid no attention to them. Had bigger problems to deal with. Some of the guys did shoot them or step on a few that hadn't had the time to find a hiding place. In any case, they were no real threat to us at the time. That's all I needed to know. Let's get some samples. Try to get one that's cornered. Or just hope they stand still for long enough. There we go. Alright. Use up some of these Mark IIIs. Don't think Molotovs do against it, or anything against them. But I don't really want to use any of the other grenades on them anyway. Oh, there's one. Not terribly much damage. Same thing for frag nades. High explosive, definitely the ideal thing to use. Just don't really have all that many of them right now. Serrated bladling blade. Sharp serrated knife-like spine, taking from the bladling's rock shell. 2 points. Can collect another 3 of them. Get how many pieces of chromium I need. Really want him to group up. But I also don't want to take damage. Got 7 more 40 mil grenades. And a little bit less than 2 magazines for the 25. Lantern. Or no wait, old lamp. Fortunately it doesn't seem to be functioning. Rubbing it's not helping either. 2 points. Nothing else in this corner, I think. Not gonna go all the way over to where the beast likes to hang out, but I will go to the next room. Can't hit him around the corner. Total miss. Hate when that happens. It's just more and more and more of them. Try to gather all of them up. Just don't block me in. And they did. Fuck. Run over this way. Not what I wanted to do. For 2 points. And another 2. Just need 4 more. Captain Visor. Foundry worker visor with a skull painted on it. Looks cool, but very impractical. 2 points. Think I can collect one more of those, bleedling spines. Whatever the name is. Serrated bladeling blade. And yeah, one more. But it would be just enough for a level up. Wouldn't get a feat or anything, but it would still be nice. Not going that way. We can wait for the level. Could be plenty of dead, bleedlings later down the line. I just have to get the rest of the pieces into play. Herd over, grab, 1 piece. 24 should be enough. Should be. Now for a chat with Bernard. You find the man working on a giant furnace that's towering over the whole area. In fact, it seems like he's attempting to repair it, and judging by his barely audible sweating, or swearing, not sweating, be very impressive if he could audibly sweat. Anyways, doesn't appear to have had any success so far. You see him use different tools, try out various parts, to no avail. Suddenly, he stops working and tilts his head slightly to the side, without actually turning around. A moment later, he picks up a large wrench and continues the repairs. That's when he speaks to you. Can I help you? What you doing there? I think it's obvious what I'm doing. Puts down his tools and turns around, wiping the sweat off his forehead and transferring it onto his already filthy coveralls. I'm Bernard. Do you need something specific, or are you just making small talk? I've got some questions. Go ahead then. By the way, your name is... All. Yeah. Go ahead. What you want to talk about? How are the repairs on the furnace coming along? You mean Gloria? Her name's Gloria. It's a lovely name. I like it. I hear ya. Finally, someone agrees with me. Been trying to explain it to people for years. Gloria means glory, and this old girl and I have had our fair share of it. Served with me for many, many, many years. Ah, but now she's a cold, lifeless piece of junk. Oh, Gloria, why couldn't I have died before you so we don't have to suffer like this? Why can't you fix it? The weird electrical problem. I think I know exactly what caused it, but whatever I do somehow seems wrong. What's worse, that bastard up there said she's old, draws too much power from the system, and it's just not useful anymore because we got better ones now. Talking about you, Marshall, you bloody... He raises a clenched fist in the air. When Gloria broke down, our beloved mayor personally instructed everyone not to bother repairing her. Turns towards the large furnace. But I am not breaking my pick. I'll find some way to fix you. I will. It's all I wanted to know. For now, anyway. Next up, have to find a biologist. Think I know just the right guy. Just swing by Core City first. Leave one of these guys here. Be needing him later. Seems to have refreshed. No good frames available. But I will be buying the Hexogen. 7 grenades. Maybe I should get some high explosives. Nothing here. Or actually, Should start looking to see if people have better goggles. Exact same level of crit damage bonus, or crit chance. Totally different. No goggles on this guy. Wouldn't be carrying around so much magnesium, but on the other hand, rather have it and never need it and all that jazz. Though I could say the same thing about Hexogen. Anyways, wanted to ask you about some weird creatures that have been plaguing Foundry. Thought you might know something. Foundry? Sure. Can you describe the creatures to me? There's these, worm-like things with weird heads, shaped like small drills. Drills? I've seen a fair share of odd beings, but one with a drill for a head? Never in my lifetime. Could you catch one if that's possible? Love to take a look at the creature. And you too need some answers. Or else you wouldn't be talking to me in the first place, huh? It just so happened to have one right here. Quentin inspects the creature as it squirms inside the crate. As soon as it spots him, the creature begins thrashing about, occasionally stopping to aim its head at him and screech in an act of desperate intimidation. Now this is what I'm talking about. I'd like to take a look at it. Anything I should know before opening the crate? How dangerous it is? You got nothing to worry about. I handled it with my bare hands. You know, if you count the metal gloves as being barehanded. He carefully grabs the creature, holding it firmly as it wriggles in his hands. He takes a good look at it, charmed by its oddity and alien form, before he turns to you. Please wait while I examine it. This won't take long. The creature suddenly makes a few powerful motions, wailing its unheld ends, and shakes Quentin's upper body, and prompting him to even spread his legs a bit in order to maintain proper balance. He's able to control it, however. This one's a fighter. You wait while Quentin completes his examination, observing him as he performs it with great focus and care. After only a few minutes, he makes it seem as if he's been handling these creatures for years. Slowly and steadily, he finishes the examination, places the creature back into his mobile jail, turns to you, but only to inform you that he needs to leave. Do one more test. The two are gone for a while. Soon, he returns to you with a genuine smile on his face, overflowing with excitement. He wastes no time. I'm back, Paul. Hope you didn't fall asleep waiting for me. I did, and I was dreaming that I was waiting for you. Go figure. What have you got for me? First, without dissecting the creature, which I would never do without consulting you, I can tell you a couple of things I've learned so far. Your heads do appear to be used for actual drilling, even though I haven't been able to see it in action yet, obviously. The combination of the unique shape of the head and the surprisingly powerful musculature makes me feel that it engages its whole body during the process. Maybe it, say, rotates itself in short bursts, or maybe it coils up and releases the energy in that manner. Just speculating. What is a fact, though, is that the head is very, very tough. So I have no doubt that it can bore through hard material without much of an issue. As for the rest of the creature's body, it's segmented, and it's got a decently thick skin covered in what appears to be very soft, delicate scales. Or at least, something similar to it. As in snakes. Probably helps them move, possibly to retain moisture too. The skin's also highly sensitive, which makes sense for a creature limited in ways it can acquire information about its environment. There's a few other details about it, but those are quite minor and uninteresting. Now, what I did was a quick superficial examination. I need to dissect the creature to really tell you more about its anatomy. However, I saved the good stuff for last. Decided to do some psi readings. Or is it C? Probably psi. Did some psi readings. That's why I left the room earlier. And the readings were off the charts. In fact, the creature exhibits a psi signature so strong that I'm surprised it does not have some defensive psi abilities at its disposal. However, the signature is also incredibly complex. Not ashamed of telling you, even I have problems interpreting it. He shrugs. I'm afraid that analyzing it is well above my skill level, but I am absolutely 100% positive that understanding this psi signature will not only help you on your, for lack of a better word, quest, but also pave way to engrossing scientific discoveries. For those of us who care, if nothing else. So there, that's all I got for you. It's all, very interesting. Regarding this psi signature, you know anyone I could take this larva to? Well, as far as Science General is concerned, Ezra's the only expert in SGS, so he'd be the right person to bring this critter to. If he can't help you, well, then you're stuck. Well, he hands you the crate back. Here. Captivating little thing this is. And feisty. I'll bring it over to him. Thanks. Alright, Ezra. Could you take a look at this? Ezra looks at the restless creature, now the apex of its aggravation. He focuses on it in silence, and as moments pass, the creature becomes more and more calm. Slowly but surely, it reaches a point of complete tranquility and motionlessness, on account of which one could easily mistake it for being dead. Ezra? He turns to you. Where'd you find this creature? In a mine in Foundry. Interesting. And are there any other creatures living among or in close proximity to these? Funny you say that. It's these creatures with shells made of rock that have metallic blades on their backs. Those are the only ones as far as I know, anyway. He speaks, but more to himself than to you. Is he another adaptation? Makes sense. And you, why are you so interested in this anyway? Foundry's having some difficulties with these creatures. They're infesting the mines. The real problem's the beast. Creature identical to what it described, but larger, tougher, and a whole lot meaner. As yet, there doesn't seem to be an apparent way to kill it. Creature, because of its heavy armor, is practically invulnerable. Nearly all who faced it lost their lives. So you want to find a way to kill it? Very well. I understand everything now. Tell you what you need to know. The creature you brought me is actually a larval form of the rock creature you described. Strange as that may seem, yep, these are the larvae. I've encountered them in the past, in different forms though. Regardless, I can help you find this adaptation's weakness. But for that, you'll have to bring me some part of the creature to analyze. Try to bring me a piece of its shell or back blades if you can. If not, then bring whatever you're able to acquire. Got a piece of it right here. Let me see. I'll be right back. Takes a sample from you and leaves the room. Ezra returns shortly. Just as I suspected. Discovered anything interesting? Managed to analyze the composition of this impure chromium blade. And I emphasize this because over 90% of it is indeed chromium. But that you knew already. However, what you didn't know is what is the other 10%. Give me a second. That which differentiates vermin from a walking apocalypse. Foundry's very unfortunate in having their surrounding rock made up of some of the hardest minerals in nature. For it is these materials which together form the living armor of these creatures. And I'm not just talking about their shell. No, it's their whole bodies which are composed of these metals and minerals. Albeit in varying quantities depending on the section, of course. Chromium is in itself a resistant metal, but its strength lies in its high heat resistance. The rest of the materials serve to counteract mechanical forces acting upon the organism. It appears that in small creatures, this robustness can be overcome by conventional means, if barely. In the beast, I suggest you return to Foundry and tell him to collapse the cave where it lives and abandon them altogether. But that isn't an option, or else you wouldn't be here. Luckily, there's a way. By my calculations, and I've taken all the approximate constituent elements found inside this sample into consideration, the temperature necessary to melt these creatures' shell should be at least 2,500 degrees centigrade. Ironically, considering chromium is practically the essence of these creatures, this seems to be the most realistic way to defeat it. Foundry is likely to have some means, be it a furnace or something else, which can melt chromium, hence producing temperatures this high. So, seems that I'm gonna have to find a way to lure the beast into Foundry and kill it there. Anything you can do to help me with the luring part? And what's it gonna do once it's in Foundry? You have a plan? Well, they do have this old, large smelting furnace near the mine entrance. Could use that to pour molten metal onto the beast. Hopefully kill it. Does seem plausible. I happen to know from previous research how these creatures communicate. With the larval form you brought me, I think I'll be able to make a device which you'll be able to use to summon the creature. Or at least it should. What do you mean, should? It's the improvised device that I'm making out of components I have at hand. Things can go awry. Maybe it'll summon a creature you want. Maybe it'll summon something else. Won't know without pressing the button. Making the device shouldn't take too long though. Believe I already have all the necessary components right here. Wait some more, would ya? Hey, level up. He returns with the gift, as promised. And here it is. Try your best not to disturb the larva within the device too much. You need it to be alive for the device to function properly. Alright, thanks for the help, bud. Alright, get that level up. I think the soft caps for hacking and lockpicking is either 130 or 150. I think for like skill checks it's 130, for doors that you can open it's 150. Might be wrong. Alright, I can finally start putting points into other stuff. And by that I mean electronics. It's gonna take a while before I can actually do anything with it though. Another point into armor sloping. Looking for 165 to make a good shield? Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Having a good shield, maybe some plasma grenades. There's a couple of other small things, but it really is mostly the shield. Alright, back to Foundry. Guess there's also the bioregion shield, but that also is gonna take some biology. I think I need like, for the current quality one I have over in Core City, it's around between 50 and 60. So that's also a really long way away. Get there eventually. Oh, only notice past the break period. Can't skip those. So we'll be back in 3 to 5 minutes again. Alright. Back to solving the worm problem. What is it now? About the mine creature. Yes? Any useful information? Learn more about the beast, and how to stop it. Oh, I'm all ears. Creature's highly resistant to both mechanical forces as well as high temperature. From what I've learned, your best way to defeat it is to use extreme heat. Temperature of over 2,500 degrees centigrade should be enough to melt it. Heat? Oh, I know what you're trying to say. Want to lure the creature inside the metalworks and try to kill it with molten metal. Is that correct? Well, actually, I was thinking of perhaps using the large smelting furnace near the mine to kill the beast. Even have a way to lure it over. That piece of junk? Please. That thing's been causing us more harm than good lately. It's been drawing power like a trainload of coil spiders, and even caused a blackout in half a foundry. Just recently, it completely broke down, and we won't bother fixing it for now, if ever. Forget about that piece of junk, and do not listen to Bernard. Don't. Luring the beast at the foundry would be a high-risk operation. Creature could go on a rampage, if led into foundry. Not to mention that the smaller creatures will most likely follow it. Yes. That's what I was about to say. And, even if you can somehow lure it in, none of the working furnaces can produce temperature of that magnitude. Besides the smaller ones we use for melting chromium, but those are simply too small. Mayor takes a deep breath and regains his calm. Look, we are really thankful for your help. Really. The plan you're proposing is just too risky. We need another way. Goodbye then. Alright. Oh, tried going through the proper channels. Now we do things my way. Hey Dan. How's it going? Right. Can't recruit him just yet. Should probably fix up the furnace first. Although it was an electrical problem, not a mechanical. Gonna have to recruit some help. Which again, I think I have to go talk to Bernard first anyways. Engage hyperdrive. Let him go. What you need. How much chooch does this furnace have? Oh, Gloria's real hot. Think she can go up to 3,000, maybe even 3,500 degrees centigrade. Yeah, that's a lot. Trust me. She could melt anything. I even told the mayor that same thing, but He doesn't believe me. Told me to shut my tick hole because he thinks I'm making it up to convince him to fix her. Damn him. He explicitly told me to forget about the piece of junk when I asked him about it, so I don't think he's changed his mind. Damn him. Any chance I can help you fix it? I mean, Gloria? Yeah, that'd be awesome. But, hold on. Did you want to do that? Why is it important to you? I need to kill the large beast in the mine with it. Wow. It's probably gonna be quite a challenge. But, look. If you can help me fix my Gloria, she'll show you what she's capable of. He laughs. Now, I'll explain what Gloria suffers from, at least what I think is the problem. You see, there's something wrong with the electrode power regulation system that's being controlled through this console. Before Gloria broke down, she started drawing so much power from the system it caused a blackout in nearly half a Foundry. I don't think it's the problem with the console, but the unit itself. Nothing I try seems to work. Bug. Why haven't you found anyone to help you? The mayor gave an order not to bother repairing Gloria, so no one wants to help. On top of that, they called me derailed for trying to fix her. Fools. Alright. Think I know just the person to go ask about it. Gauge hyperdrive. Could I recruit you to help fix a furnace? If it's an electrical problem, then yes, I can help you. Where do you need me exactly? He coughs. Large furnace over by the mine entrance. One a man named Bernard seems very fond of. Well, it's not exactly the sanest man around here. But as long as I'm being paid, I ain't got a problem with it. I've already worked with that same furnace. Unless if it's something very drastic, I should be able to handle it. Bernard mentioned that he fixed the problem is something to do with the electrode power regulation system. It's not gonna be a simple fix, but if that's the issue, then yeah, I could do it. How much are you charging? Asking for $500. Don't think anyone sane would do it for less. It's a shame. All I've got is 400. Would that work? His facial muscles begin dancing, mirroring his thought process by forming appropriate expressions. The one which finally settles is not the one of deprecation. Must have gone derailed to accept this, but I'm going to say okay. 400 is fine. It's better than nothing. Got a deal. Good. I'll be heading there as soon as I finish soldering this thing. Just hope Bernard doesn't talk my friable ear off. It's that part done. I'll try to go recruit people. And not yet. I know that I can recruit Dan for the fight. There's also Sabin. Forget if there's a third guy I can get. Probably just thinking of the plasma sentry that Dan brings. Should be able to handle it. Wes came and fixed Gloria. Beauty's working again. I want to thank you so much, Paul. You rock. Dear Gloria's back. Is the furnace ready to go? Can't wait to see Gloria in action. I want to see her too, to tell you the truth. But, thing is, you need to load her with some ore to start the melting process. We went through most of our supplies after the mine was closed, so chances are you're gonna have to go into the mine. Any ore rich in metal should do the trick. You can use the cart system to help you carry it all around. On it. Right, unload cart. Just have to wait a while for it to load. Or maybe I have to turn on the conveyor belt. There we go. Mostly loaded. Fully loaded. Hope it's enough. Can't tell if it's good to go or not. Oh wait, there's the answer. Need to have 30. Letter 6. The card over here. One blade. Only have regular batteries. I kept a couple of fusions. 2 blades. Four blades. Just need 2 more. And that's a bladeling. Last oddity and the last 2 blades I needed. Well, last 1 blade. Have to load up the furnace. Initiate the melting. That should be enough. It's now loaded and ready. When you're ready to pour the molten metal onto the beast, just pull the lever to the right and watch it burn. Just have one more question for you. How are you gonna get the beast to come here? Don't think you can simply go and ask it. He laughs. Got a device that should attract it. Good. So see you got everything worked out. Well, Gloria's ready. But since I'm pretty damn sure there's gonna be some heavy fighting when the beast comes, I'm just gonna stay at a safe distance. Relapse nervously. Ain't much of a fighting man anyway. Do more harm than good. After all, sure the Foundry guard's gonna be here to help you. You're not doing this on your own for sure. Anyway, good luck and don't die. And now the recruiting. Hey there, Sabin. Wanna help me kill the beast? His words fly out of his mouth without delay. The question is completely redundant. Yes, I will help you kill the beast. Guessing someone came up with a decent plan to kill it, right? Gonna use a large smelting furnace. Liquidation. It's an even worse death than I had imagined. Great. I'll join the rest of the Foundry guard at the furnace as soon as possible. It's not gonna be anyone else but the two of us. What? I don't. Are you telling me you planned all this pretty much on your own? Hell yeah. You're derailed. In that case, I must be even more derailed for saying this, but I'll be there. Be there as soon as possible, Paul. Alright. That's one badass. Now to get the other. Hey Dan, wanna help kill the beast? Despite the fact that his face is covered by a metal helmet, you are sure that both his eyes are intensely focused on you, as if they were a pair of spotlights. Do you really think I'd leave my boring post just to kill a giant monster and save Foundry from its terror? Hell yeah. Damned if I miss a chance to have some fun in this boring place. I reckon you've got some cunning plan, right? Gonna use the large smelting furnace to turn the beast to liquid. That is so damn beautiful. I'm actually gonna start crying now. Manly tears, of course. Real men cry mercury. And, well, haven't seen Glory in a while. That Iron Lady can sometimes turn quite hot. When she's working, that's what I mean. He burst out laughing. Oh, Bernard, you crazy idiot. Anyway, I'll be there as soon as possible, friend. Gotta do a couple of things first. Gotta move. See ya. Alright, that's the guys. Just gonna do one swing by the shop. Not that I don't have enough grenades or anything, but I really want that 130 quality SART frame already. Seems to be the same stuff as last time. Oh well. There's Dan and Sabin. Lever I have to pull is right there. Just have to please, the trap. Go time. Quick save first, just in case. Activate. There they are. With a taste for blood and adrenaline rush. Look at how cranked up it gets. And I hit one of them by accident. Whoopsie. Wrong grenade. Here's group 2. Oh, they're hostile. Good thing I figured out now rather than later. Try that again. Nearly happened again. Two. Second wave down. Third wave. It doing pretty good so far. Hell yeah. Dan got him. This is what? Wave 5, I think? Forget how many waves there are in total on dominating. Try wave to 25. That's 5 down. Now 6. Not sure if it went up to 7 or 9. Was about to say, it's nice to have a combat encounter where my full damage potential can be realized. But then I remember the entirety of the Expedition DLC exists. Right, wave 7. They're all blocking each other. It's a running back and forth. So that's 7 down. That seems to be it. Problem has been solved. The mayor removes his respirator, clears his throat, and begins his speech. Beloved citizens of Foundry, today we have gathered here to celebrate a great victory. As you all know by now, we've been troubled by vile creatures that terrorized us all, especially you, the working people, the backbone of Foundry. We couldn't let it continue. We couldn't let you suffer any longer. Couldn't let those monsters tear down what you've made with your own hands. The Foundry Guard took action and protected you. Let's hear one big round of applause for our beloved Chief Banner. The crowd cheers. Thank you, sir. Before we begin, just like to take a moment to mention those who died fighting to protect Foundry. Men and women who stared in the eyes of these creatures and bravely fought to allow you, their friends and family, to live another day. Let us never forget them. The crowd cheers. However, the dead are not the only ones worthy of your praise. This young man played an important role in helping the Foundry Guard slay the largest of these beasts, and the one that was responsible for most deaths. He turns to you, all, second name Penis. The crowd cheers. Would you like to say something, Paul? You should elect a different mayor next time. This one's an idiot. Yeah, that'll be all for today. Thank you all for coming. Crowd cheers. Alright. Now we go back for the loot. I think I got all the oddities. Yeah, I did. Likely not gonna be anything in these. Yep. Alright. Now to get to the big fucker. He looks ecstatic. Isn't my Gloria the best? There ain't a damn thing in this world she couldn't melt. From the beast to the frickin' super steel. You should drain the metal, see if anything remains of that devil. Guessing I do that from the console. Drain the tank. Unscathed scale of the beast. Somehow, this huge scale of the beast of Foundry has evaded incineration. 6 points. Already nearly halfway to the next level. And the head of the beast. Hollowed out head of the mighty beast of Foundry. Most of the scales have been burned off, but the rocky crest and a metallic skull survived. Very heavy. Now, could get into making super steel, but if I remember right, they added a way that you could improve the process, so I'll wait until then. You mentioned melting super steel earlier. What? Yeah, absolutely. Gloria could do it. It's all up to you if you want to melt your Charons. So you can melt the money into super steel. Yeah, let me explain what's up. You see, them Charons were created from a very special metal alloy, the super steel. Some techno-nuts back in old Biocorp made them to function as commodity money. You see, super steel is a valuable industrial metal, not to mention super expensive to create. It's light, ductile, conductive, also has other good properties. It ain't real commodity money though, because there's a catch, you see. As the old Biocorp technocrats wanted to keep themselves still relevant, they introduced impurities into the alloy as they produced the coins. These impurities serve two purposes. One, they take away from the good stuff of the alloy, its high conductivity and malleability. And secondly, they significantly raise its melting temperature. So you see, not everyone was able to actually cash in on the metal, unless they had something like my dear Gloria. He looks over at Gloria. Gloria. Alright. So, keep your dick out of the machine. I insist. And now I go check out the metal store. See if they've got the good stuff now. Let me see the stocks. Proud to tell you that we offer components made from Ti-Chrome alloy again. We're back in business. They do have good plates. Let's buy some. Could make a 4-plate. But I also kinda wanna make a good pair of boots. Maybe I'll make some tungsten boots. Alright, now back to Core City. Could make some armor. Take the train this time. Too bad I can't get a better ticket price from the mercantile. Well, didn't end up using all those grenades I made, but while I have them, might as well think of using them rather than just selling. Stop by the electronics store first. Same stuff as last time. Pretty sure it's gonna be the same for the other merchants. Seems like it. Alright. Got a choice of biohazard, sturdy. All the plates I have are better than all the plates in here. Goes for both the regular steel and the tungsten. Gonna go check to see if Rag has a better pair of boot springs. Or maybe a vest. Sometimes he sells those. $106. Which is worse? How about basement inventory? Just got the endoscope. Nothing else I want. $108 it is. So as per the usual way things go, whenever I finally decide to make a new pair of boots, I'm gonna instantly find a better boot spring right after. Oh well. Surely I'll find a plate of tungsten steel or maybe super steel that's gonna be better by the time I get the better spring. Or I won't. Only one way to find out. Actually, could compare it to making a pair of tabby boots. So make some blast tabby. 34 movement speed, 29% speed increase. Dodge, evasion, doesn't really matter. Action point cost, doesn't matter. Damage taken from explosions reduced by 39%. And chance to get critically hit by weapons and unarmed attacks increased by 3%. Not great, not terrible. Meanwhile, the boots. Slightly more than double the damage threshold. Not quite double mechanical resistance. Double the heat resist. Double the energy resist. And one more of both heat and energy damage threshold. Less armor penalty. Also, I just noticed, I can't actually craft it. Movement points increased by 33. Movement speed increased by 34%. Back to the tabby boots. Less movement speed and points. But the armor. So if I want to use all 4 plates, that's 142 mechanical skill. But it would be a very nice suit of armor. 81% armor penalty, which is not great. 34 damage threshold for mechanical. Heat and acid are the same. Energy goes all the way up to 22. Resistance is also much higher. And the bio resistance. But get rid of the other plates, I can still make the armor. And it's still better. If I made it with the sturdy vest instead. 87 health. Has been a couple of times where I've survived with a sliver of health. And then again, I also complain all the time about having to take the armor off the heel. Don't have to worry about it if I'm using the biohazard. This one's basically gonna be a temporary one that I'm gonna use until I get the super steel. So for that purpose, plenty good enough. The boots I'll have to make later. Actually, does anyone here sell the balaclava recipe? Right there. could make a blast balaclava, which would get rid of the 11% increased crit chance, exchanged for 39% immune to explosions. Situationally useful, and it doesn't weigh very much. I think that's everything I wanted to do right now. And so, I'm gonna leave it at that. Alright. That's Foundry done. At least I'm pretty sure I got everything there done. Next time, I'm probably gonna wanna, like I said, focus on super steel. So what I'm gonna wanna do is probably just run over to the wiki, remind myself where the location of all the super steel refining data is, but I know where at least one of them is. If not more than just one. In the old lab that's north of Foundry, the one that has coil spiders in it, I know for a fact there's one there. And I think there's also the lab that's in upper Underrail. I forget if there's also one in the other destroyed labs you can find. I think there is, but I'm not sure. The short guys have one. Might have to go infiltrate the Institute then. Like, ahead of schedule, I mean. In the library. Noted. But anyways, that's gonna have to be for next time around. No raid today. Just gonna end it there. So, thanks for watching. Especially you, Con with Strength. Hopefully that was a good stream. See ya.